Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, which will bring down your toggles, then swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Somewhere we should have our screen recording. For me, it's on the second page right over here. Now, if you can't find it on any of the pages, you can add it by clicking right here on this pencil. Scroll down, and right here, starting in this gray area, you will find every toggle that you can add. So once you find your screen recorder, for instance, you just hold it. It gets lifted up, and now you can drag it over above that text right here and drop it, and when you go back, this toggle will remain. Anyway, once it's added into this list, hold it, and this will quickly take you to the settings. It looks like we don't have too many settings in here, but I still recommend just going in here, making sure that you're set to 1080p. I don't recommend using 720. This doesn't really matter probably for you, as this refers to the size of the selfie camera that will be visible on your screen recording. Now, this is something that I can enable while you're recording, and what you see right here, this circle, is the actual size. So anyway, next we have a record time limit. That's up to you if you want to set one up or don't. I'm gonna keep it unlimited. File size limit, another just limitation if you want to set one up. And last thing that is a little bit more interesting is the record touch points, which means that on the recording it will be visible as a semi-transparent gray dot where your finger was pressing the display. I will enable this just so you can see how that looks like. Now, once our settings are set, we can close this and we don't ever have to go back there again. And whenever we want to start recording, just find this toggle, and this time around just simply tap on it. So you can see it brings us some options right here as well, like as options for audio recording. So we have microphone, system sound, mic and system, and mute. Choose whichever one you want to record. Just know that if you're planning to do mic and system, I'll recommend maybe using something like headphones, earbuds, or anything like that, as what might happen is when the system sound gets recorded, it gets recorded on a software side internally. Then it's gonna come out through the speakers, and potentially microphone could pick it up the second time around, and this would result in a recording that has this kind of echo effect on it. So that's why you might want to use something like headphones or earbuds. Now I'll just record system sound. Next we can activate that camera like I mentioned, which I'll keep it off, and let's start recording. Now this right here won't be visible on a recording. So in any case, once we start recording, whatever you will do for the most part will be recorded. Okay, so I'm going to close this up, and what we can also do from here is, for instance, pause it, which I just did. Can add that selfie. Now this won't be visible on the recording as I am paused right now, so nothing right now is being recorded. We also have the sound options again, and we can draw. Now I'm just gonna stop the recording right now, as I already checked there is no applications that I'd want to showcase right here. So there's usually applications that I would want to show the limitations of this, but nothing like that exists right here, which is for better or worse. Now chances are you probably have some of these applications that I'll mention, but let's first go into our Photos application before I start talking about them. And in here we're gonna navigate to collections, completely ignoring this garbage from no. Damn it. Of course, Google is stealing my data again because... Oh, I fucking hate Google. Of course there's no option for me to stop this from happening, because what? Of course it... I hate Google. Oh boy, it's such a piece of shit. Anyway, we're going to be hating on that a little bit more in a moment, but let's first go into collections, I guess, after they stole my data anyways, just because I misclicked that shit. And in here, we will want to navigate to, typically you'd want to navigate either to videos or screenshots, but I don't think, yep, it's going to be in screenshots, videos also now. So that is because of the Google account right here. It's sorting the screen recordings into on this device folder, and there it is. Now typically that's not where you're going to find it. So here's the recording playing back right now, and you will be able to see just whatever I open. Should be obviously visible right here, but I wanted to show some of the applications and explain what might happen when you encounter those applications. So as an example, you will probably have some kind of banking application on your device. And if you ever try to capture a screenshot or record a screen in it, you will probably notice that that application just straight up won't let you capture a screenshot. And if you record a screen in it and go to play it back, it's just going to be a black screen. This is normal, and it's done for privacy and security reasons of the user. If, as a hypothetical situation, you have somehow misfortunately managed to get malware on your device that is right now trying to use screen recordings and screenshots to just try to figure out what your PIN passwords are to other applications, including things like your bank app, you can imagine how that would be detrimental to the security of your bank. So for that reason, bank blacks it, but it gives you other options to usually capture whatever you'd want to capture in there. So as an example, you made some kind of transaction and you want to now capture a screenshot as an example, or record a screen as a confirmation of that so you can send it to someone. You can't do that, but what you can do is download a PDF file that confirms that payment as a document, and you can send that. Now this is all great because it gives you alternative. Now other places that use this, and not for your security or privacy, are streaming platforms. Basically every streaming platform will do this. Spotify, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, or videos or whatever. So all that crap is going to do this, and I personally find this to be intrusive, and because it never asks for my permission, and never comes up with a pop-up or anything like that, and excuse of I agreed to it in terms of service falls apart if you don't own an account, like for instance I do. Netflix, which comes pre-installed with a lot of devices, you will just open it up, and it will be on a login page, and it already blocks your screen without your permission, knowledge, and never even asking for that permission. Now, this seems a little bit rapey to me. An application does what it wants without ever asking for my permission on my device. Now, it's done for them trying to prevent piracy, but you know what? As a user of my own device, I couldn't give two shits less what the reasoning is here. I don't have any alternatives to do what I want to do, and it's not my job to protect privacy of some giga corporations. If they want to protect it using my device, then the fucking service should be free, or they should be paying me or offsetting the costs. After all, I'm basically being used as a means to protect their application, their service from piracy without ever wanting to. Now, because I never want to, and maybe, hey, crazy freaking idea, when you pay for a service, maybe you just want to capture a clip of, I don't know, a show or a movie or whatever it is. I don't care. You should be in your damn right to do so, especially when you're paying for this garbage. And furthermore, if you're wondering about piracy and stuff like that, just know that there's also fair use. Piracy doesn't kind of, cover this. This is just application basically blocking the road because you might be speeding on it. So you're now going to have to walk. If it sounds stupid, it's because it is. And for that reason, I'll be actually showing you alternative places where you can find content, watch it, capture it without any kind of hindrance. Just because I have never consented to my device being used as a means to protect someone else's content. And I just find that any kind of company that does willy-nilly whatever the hell they want on my device well, I'm gonna show you alternative ways to circumvent that. And hell, if you're paying for the content, like I said, you're earning a right to do so, as you have fair use, which allows you to share captured content up to a specific time limit. So you can like record an entire show and then just upload it. But hey, if it's like 10 seconds or something like that, hey, the world is your oyster. You can post it whatever the hell you want. So this will be a completely free method on the browser, which you can capture anything on the browser. So obviously it covers that. So we're gonna go into our browser right here. Use without an account. Now I will not be showing you exactly where to go, as when I used to do this, the site went down pretty quickly. So by the time you're watching this, chances are whatever I'll be showing right now, recording, it probably would be dead by the time you're trying to use it. So instead of that, I'll be teaching you how to fish so I can feed you for life instead of giving you that fish, so you can basically get it when it's already rotten. So in any case, in here, I'm gonna use as an example the site that I used to show, that it's deactivated now, but was dpstream.mov. Now, because DMCA strikes and whatever, like copyright claims for this content that will be visible on sites like this, they basically get, you know, free pass, but by me showing this, and easily could be found, I will be basically showing you, and even if they find something else that could potentially lead them from this video, they pop up like cancer, and at this point you know how to find it. So it basically becomes like a endless task. They shut down one site, another one shows up, so it's fine, and you know how to look for them now, so yay. So instead of going here, what we're gonna do is select or add alternative, and piss off, and you're gonna ignore any kind of AI overviews like this. They never give you anything useful, so just straight up don't even pay attention to this dog shit. What you usually want to look for is Reddit. That's what you're gonna basically find. It's the best kind of solution right here, and you can already see, wow, we have a bunch of different things we can utilize from here, which one of them is one that I was actually showcasing in some of the videos, but it was pretty bad. I'm not even gonna show or say the name, as that could potentially be somehow AI detected. So what you find there is just a small portion of what you can find, depending on how you search for this. As an example, maybe you're gonna type in something like free alternatives to Netflix, or free Netflix, or some other crap, right? You will find other lists also on Reddit. The way I search for it, which I'm not gonna mention, just to make it a little bit harder for whoever would want to send legal notices to these sites, you can do your own due diligence. Depending on how you search for it, I know that for a fact there is a website that tracks most of these places, these alternative streaming sites, and there's like over 20 different entries in there, which some of those entries have like 4 different domains just as a backups. So you have alternatives that you can look for, and some of them will work great, some not. So if one is annoying to you because it opens up ads and stuff like that, look for other one. And because this would be running on a browser, just like normally like that, you can capture screenshots and here record screens, no problem. So you're not being limited by the same BS of something like Netflix application. So you can do whatever the hell you want. And like I mentioned, you can record it considering you're paying for this content. And hey, even if you're not, I couldn't give 2 shits less. It's not my job to care. So what you do with that knowledge is up to you. It's just an educational how to look for things like this. I just try to look at it in a perspective, that if you're paying for this content and you want to capture something, you're in your right to do so, and you should be able to, but an application is blocking you. This is not breaking any kind of piracy as far as I know, as just capturing a screenshot or recording portion of a show or a movie and sharing it is just completely fine, as long as it's not the entire freaking thing, obviously. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.